I'm going to be turning my boyfriend's job into a superpower. And I'm going to be making my boyfriend a superhero. Don't ask me how I came up with this idea. It just sort of popped into my head one day when I thought, well, I was watching my partner, you know, he is a carpet cleaner. And he also does pest control, and he does all that sort of cleaning stuff or pest eradication. And he had his backpack on, and then I was watching Ghostbusters and it kind of looked a little bit similar. So I ended up coming up with this idea on making like your boyfriend or your girlfriend, or you know, whatever, like your partner's job, turning it into some sort of like superpower and then making him a superhero. So that's, yeah, I'm going to give that a go today, and I'm going to see if I can turn his job into exactly said thing. A few ideas for him, and I do like this face here because this looks a lot like him. So I wanted to sort of keep this face, and then I don't know if you can see, I'll bring it up a little bit further. There is some, I got like this backpack on him and like his hand reaching out, and then I was gonna like have his carpet cleaning wand coming through here. This is his carpet cleaning wand on this sort of angle. So I sort of experimented with angles and sort of poses. I wasn't sure what kind of pose I was going to give him, but this is the general idea of what I had. So yeah, I'm going to put that into onto this bit of paper today, and then see what it looks like, and see if I can turn my boyfriend into a superhero. I will give you some history on my partner's job. So he owns his own business. So this is the business that he has been running for the last 16 years here where we live in this coastal town in Queensland, Australia. And it's very well established. He doesn't need to advertise anymore. We've pulled out of advertising because he just gets that much work that it's not needed. And advertising is like $5,000, nearly $6,000 a year. It's just ridiculous. And that's with this local search, kind of like a Yellow Pages type thing. And it was just a complete rip-off because he was getting more work through word of mouth than he was with that stupid advertising. So anyway, yes, so when I first met him, and his name is Rick, so I'll let you know that his name is Rick. He works by himself. He doesn't have any other employees. He's got me now. I'm an employee to his company now. But when I first met him, which was 8 years ago, all he was doing was carpet cleaning. And as the time went on, as me and him started to go through the years of being together, we sort of got some plans together to branch out and do other things like tile cleaning, pest control, which he went and done all his certificates and all his courses for, and flood restoration and all that sort of stuff. And then when I wanted to give up my job, I took on the blind cleaning and curtain cleaning. So that's what I do part-time, other than drawing. So that's a brief sort of history of the company. And I got out of my IT job because I was miserable, and I am a lot happier now because I have flexibility. I've got great work-life balance now, and I'm so much happier because being an IT technician was extremely stressful for me. Now, Rick, being an owner-operator, he works huge hours, which is, I'm trying to get him to stop, but he can't. He just wants to keep working and making as much money as possible, which I totally understand. What business doesn't want to do that? But yeah, he leaves early in the morning and he doesn't get back till dark, and yeah, that's how he operates. I'm trying to get him to back off a little bit now because he's not getting any younger. He is 10 years older than me. He is 46, but I'll tell you what, he looks like he is in his early 30s. Like, he's looking pretty good, and that's just not a bias thing. So yeah, I'm trying to get him to back off because it is sort of taking a toll on him physically. So what I wanted to do with this piece was really amp up his job. Like, he is like this superhero carpet cleaner, pest control guy who comes and saves the day from like all these demonic insects and pests that are like, so it's kind of like this what do you call it, made up sort of world. And yeah, there's like huge cockroaches and everything's like demonic and huge and creepy and gross. And it's kind of, this sort of piece kind of gives me like a post-apocalyptic kind of vibe, and I was kind of like going for that as well as just kind of like this cyborg type superhero. So yeah, he's not like this full-on proper like superhero. Like, he's not this polished superhero. He is like this half cyborg. He's beat up, he's trying to kill all these pests, he's trying to get rid of like the disgusting awfulness, sludge in people's houses and all this sort of stuff. So yeah, it's I sort of really had to bend my mind a bit to try and turn this sort of position and this kind of job into like a superhero or like a superpower type thing. And yeah, I think I sort of I do think I did not a too bad job. The big gun at the top, the sort of 3/4 positioning of that, I sort of it was really hard to find a Gatling gun that was on that sort of 3/4 pose that I wanted on that side. So yeah, I tried my best. That's probably, to be completely honest with you, it's probably the only thing I'm not fully happy with on this piece. So the Gatling gun is coming out of his backpack, and his backpack is the sprayer that he uses to get rid of these demonic, creepy, huge, mutated pests and insects and all these disgusting things. And his wand cable comes down, and he has these two little things on the side of his pants where he hooks it into, so it's easy access for him to get to spray the pests. And then there's all these like wires coming out. I've got a wire coming out of his neck and one coming out of his arm with the mechanical arm, and just sort of going back into the machine. So he's all like connected, and he's kind of like this computer, half human, half computer cyborg type of thing. So he calculates how much mixture ratio he needs for the pest and all that really quickly, because he is half a machine. Now the arm, what you don't see is that the arm and the face, and trying to capture my partner, really, I think I rubbed a lot of these out. Like, I ended up going away and sitting down that night before I filmed the painting process and really sort of nutting out exactly what everything needed to look like, and trying to really perfect it and get it looking right, because I was really struggling as I was filming that day, and I couldn't stop rubbing out everything. So I sort of took a step back and sort of didn't want to feel pressured into doing everything on camera. So I just took that step back, and yeah, like that's where you see like I did some of the details in a red Prismacolor, which were just really sort of last minute decisions, because I also consulted my partner, and I wanted him to have a bit of an input as well. So these were sort of afterthoughts after I sort of laid down a lot of the ideas, and then he ended up telling me, Rick ended up saying to me, I want an Iron Man hand. So that's when I sort of did his left hand as like sort of a cross between Iron Man and a computer, and like this blue sort of gas comes flowing out. So when he holds his hand up, this triangle oozes out like a gas to gas the, you know, the mutant insect or whatever is in front of him, so he can like deal with whatever is going on in front of him. So it just gasses them instantly, and especially if they're like a menacing kind of mutant pest. And I'll go back to the Gatling gun. The Gatling gun is for even larger rodents and all that are also mutated in this, you know, this fictional world. And yeah, that's to bring down larger mutant things, and that the sprays and the stuff in his wand can't sort of get rid of. And now onto the wand. The wand is this is what he usually uses, what he does use for carpet cleaning, and I sort of turned it into this machine that pumps out like this toxic gas and sort of really dissolves all the grime and the mud and the dirt in the carpets, as well as gets rid of even more finer like germs and bacteria and all that sort of stuff. And yeah, is also a weapon in itself. And I modeled this on the wand that he uses, which is it's called a zipper. They're not available in Australia. It's actually an American design, which is what most of the carpet cleaning equipment is. Like it's not a huge market in Australia, which is stupid because everywhere has several carpet cleaners in every town. So yeah, a lot of the stuff had to be imported from America. So the zipper ended up being imported from America, and as far as we know, Rick is actually probably one of very few people here in Australia that have a zipper. Back when he got this about 6 years ago, I think he got 5-6 years ago. There might be more people now, but there is not a huge demand for it because it is an expensive wand, but it really does the job and it just looks impressive. It's heavy, I can't even lift it. And it does have this pipe, and I really wanted to capture this attention to detail with this pipe that comes out of the wand. As you can see now, there is like a clear window on it, so you can see all the grime and everything sort of going and flowing through it. So I really wanted to put that clear window in that pipe in this picture, so you can see that green stuff flowing flowing past into the pipe, and you can see it in the clear part, and then it comes out of the sprayers at the bottom of the wand. So yeah, I just I really wanted to capture the wand in all its glory. And the two little black cylinders on the front of the wand, they're kind of like extra little gun things, little guns that will flick around and turn and shoot stuff that's on the ground as he's trying to clean up disgusting messes in houses. So yeah, it's a bit different, isn't it, the story for turning a carpet cleaner and a pest control person into a superhero and making it like a superpower. And like also, you know, in this particular piece and in this particular fictional world, Rick has some serious strength and superpowers and all that sort of stuff that that superheroes have when they're dealing with the, you know, things that they deal with. Now, with his face, I really had to go from memory of what, especially for this pose, because I didn't have a photo of him looking like this. So this was just completely winging it, and it does basically look like my partner. It really does. And I was going to put a photo up of what he actually looked like, and he was encouraging me because he's, you know, he's a little bit of a show pony. He likes to be involved in stuff. He's definitely more of a social butterfly than myself. But I sort of went, no, I won't show your face on my channel just yet. We'll leave it a little bit. And he was like, oh. So yeah, I sort of didn't really want to do that just yet, even though he gave me permission. But yeah, this basically looks like him. He's got a beard, he's got long hair, long blonde hair. He's a little blondie. And yeah, that's my final illustration right there. I hope you enjoyed this video, and hey, turn your partner into a superhero with superpowers with their job. I'm out of here. I'll see you in the next one.